Welcome to the second episode of Frames of the Future, a brand new podcast presented by the Eleanor International Film Festival. This podcast is dedicated to connecting with filmmakers and creatives from around the world, offering an inside look into their projects, their process, and the stories behind the work. We believe every artist deserves the opportunity to share their creative vision with an audience, and Frames of the Future was created to do exactly that. If you're interested in being a guest on the podcast, feel free to send us a DM or email us at contact@eleanorrosefilmfestival.com. The Eleanor Rose International Film Festival is a global celebration of bold, innovative storytelling, bringing filmmakers from around the world together in the heart of Pennsylvania. Taking place May 29th through 31st, 2026, at the historic Roxy Theater, Northampton, the festival features theatrical screenings on the big screen, a glamorous red carpet experience, exclusive networking events, and insightful talks and Q&As led by industry professionals. Whether you're an emerging artist or an established filmmaker, Eleanor Rose is where stories connect, ideas collide, and the future of film takes center stage. In today's episode, we're excited to welcome filmmaker Aidan Mckee. Aidan Mckee is an award-winning filmmaker who owns Huzzah Entertainment LLC, a small film production company located in Lehigh County, Pennsylvania. He graduated from Kutztown in 2024 with a film and business degree, and his most recent film, Snack Time, is a comedic horror short about two roommates who bicker over a late-night snack while the Pennsylvania Devil continues his killing spree. Last year, Aiden won Best Narrative Film at Eleanor Rose International Film Festival for his film Remembrance. Listen to our conversation as he breaks down the making of Snack Time, reflects on his festival success, and talks about navigating the film industry as an emerging filmmaker. Aiden, welcome to Frames of the Future.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. I saw you went to Kutztown to study business, and you started your
Mhm.
film production company, Huzzah Entertainment, around the same time you graduated. What made you want to pursue film?
Oh gosh. I guess growing up, I did theater in high school, very artsy group of friends and such, but film didn't really click to me until I was already in college, hence me being a business major and a film minor. So I was already in college. And then one of my really good friends who was actually in the film, that was at your festival, his uncle does like TV on top of theatrical productions. So I was able to be on one of those sets a few years ago, and I was like, okay, this is really fun. So then I added the minor, and then since then, no looking back.
Yeah, how has your business degree shaped the way you make creative decisions now, since you now have your business degree and film
hmm
degree?
It helps a lot. Sometimes I actually think it limits me a little bit. I'm a bit of a I like to be realistic when I'm going into a project. So sometimes I'll feel like that actually inhibits my ability to write because I'll be like writing a scene, but I'll be like, oh man, assuming I have $2,000 to make this, like, oh, that scene alone is going to be too much. But I also think that does help a lot. Um, you won't see us doing like a crazy script in space because we don't have the budget to make good, at least good CGI. Um, but the business has helped a lot, you know. Once you're an official LOC, you have to pay taxes and such. So that's not necessarily fun, but I'm glad to have the background.
Yeah, it definitely helps you, stay realistic and,
hmm
film is expensive nowadays. So yeah, I totally,
Yeah.
totally get that. But yeah, so your company was founded in June 2024 and it's based in Lehigh County, Pennsylvania. What was it like to start a film production company? And do you have any advice to filmmakers who hope to start one of their own someday?
Yeah. It felt great. Even if it doesn't like immediately make a difference, if it's like an official company or if it's just like you just give your film like a name at the beginning. But just taking that like leap of faith, if anything, the most useful part of that was just like me telling like myself like, okay, this is real now. Like this isn't just, oh, I'm making a YouTube channel, which is great. I mean, I did that for years beforehand, where it's like, okay, I'm paying, and it's not even that much to do an LLC. I suggest people do it. It's like $75 to get started. But once you do that, it's like you're committed. It's like you threw your hat in the ring now. It's like you don't want to pay the fee and then not get anything out of it. So I definitely think it's great, but I also think for creative, you don't necessarily have to go and start your own company. Like there like if you find your special, like if your specialty is writing, directing, producing, like that's what you want to do, then maybe. But if you want to be a great videographer, you don't necessarily have to do that. Um, but I am glad I did. I think it's working out so far at least.
Yes, it definitely is. I mean, you're here today, so
Yeah, hey.
yeah, that's great. Yeah, so I understand you won Best Narrative Film last year at Eleanor International Film Festival for your film Remembrance. So, yes, oh, there's the plaque. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
keep this
great.
with me now. I sleep
Yes.
with it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So, with a win under your belt, what's your mindset going into your second year attending the festival?
It's very motivating. Um, funny story. I wasn't there to accept the award. I was there because I was in the film Remembrance was shown in block one. Um, but I already had a lot of friends from slightly different groups like coming together for like a lunch that same day in Allentown. But I didn't want to like get out of that because I don't see all these people all the time. So I went to that, and then I had my one buddy there, Dan De Bruin, who's fantastic, another filmmaker, and he helped with audio for this film. But I was like, Dan, like. I'm not expecting to win anything, but if we do, could you just accept it for me? And he's like, yeah. And then he sent me the photo of him holding that, and I was like, oh, this jokester, this prankster. But then it turned out to be real, and I was like, should have stayed. No. But it is very motivating going into year two, definitely. Because it was the first, it's the only win for Remembrance. Like you see like those finalist ribbons once in a while, those honorable mentions. But it is such, it feels like you like break through like a barrier that first win. So it felt amazing. And we're submitting another film to this year's festival. Who knows? Maybe we get a
Maybe?
repeat. You never
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
You put in a good word for me, but no.
Yeah, yeah, I'll tell Jake. But what are you looking forward to then? Look, yeah, this year.
I definitely, my plan is it doesn't matter what friends coming in town. I'm locked in for both blocks because I want to definitely do more networking. In general, I mean, I said this online, but I was not joking. That was my favorite film festival. It was a really nice sized crowd. Sometimes these festivals only have like 20 people, which is fine. Like, I'll go to any festival. Like, it's just a great time. But having that many people there, and so many of them, like I knew, like I've met them before, like oh they went to other universities where I know people from, but like I myself have never worked with them or really had a real conversation with. So definitely taking this opportunity to be like, oh hey, like I saw your film, it was great, and then like networking a little bit more with other like younger independent filmmakers. So my plan, I'll be there. You can hold me to it. If I'm not there both blocks, never let me back.
Okay, okay, yeah. And yeah, for filmmakers who are, attending the festival for the first time, do you have any advice?
Oh yeah, totally just go up and talk to people. Like you recognize like, oh, that's the person who made that film. Just go up and like chat with them because you never know the connection. Like there was one guy there who like I again like people who I knew of at least like through like social media. But that was like the first time I really had a real conversation with him. And since then I've worked with him on a project and like we're like Instagram buddies and we talk a lot now. So like these things happen, and as everybody, all your professors hopefully tell you in film school, it's like networking. I mean, it's important for every industry, but for film, it is really hard to get those first couple paying jobs without networking. I don't think I would have. I definitely, well, most of my paid gigs have come from word of mouth. Only a couple have I auditioned for specifically, so I definitely can't stress that enough.
Yes, definitely. So let's take a turn and talk about your film that you just submitted, Snack Time. You beforehand, I saw that you wrote and directed a horror movie called Medieval, and this your film Snack Time is a horror short with a strong comedic tone. What's the overall message of Snack Time?
Uh, you can't say there's much of a message for that one. Um, it's, I guess what we wanted to do. this goes back to the YouTube days, back when I was a wee lad and I would do YouTube videos all the time. But I wouldn't call myself a filmmaker. But I had an idea where like the phone again, like who doesn't love found footage? Like it's fun, like like the camera moving around. But instead of being found footage, it's just from the POV of like a specific object. And for this film, it's from the perspective of food, specifically this guy's snack. So as not a spoil it, but like as you're going through the film, like we put the camera in the fridge to start it, so it's fun. Like you see the fridge open,
Mhm.
start of the film. They put it in the microwave briefly. They're carrying it around. It was just like we wanted to make like a fun movie that we didn't take that seriously. Um, so we were like, oh, let's make a comedic little horror movie where from the POV of food. I don't, maybe it's been done. I haven't seen it, so I thought at least like we'll have something kind of original. Yeah. Yeah,
No,
I won't
yeah.
think of the message though. There's not really a takeaway like, oh no, I'm not going to eat food anymore. I guess that could be the message,
Right,
but
right. No, it was definitely a unique storyline. I've never seen it before. Very original. It was so funny and so disturbing at the same time. I really enjoyed it. And I know you mentioned the camera movements and stuff like that. And I thought that was very creative. So as the director, how did that storytelling technique influence your role on set?
so as you can imagine, just in general, like so we didn't need a big crew for it, but if anything, we still had more people than we needed because when we're shooting, I mean, it's a floor right up there is where we shot it actually. Where I am right now is kind of where the crew was like hiding during it, but there wasn't a lot we could do. So we're shooting on like this funky 360 camera where we're using just the half of it to make it like that fish-eyed like 180. But like we're just down here looking on the monitor and it's a tiny monitor and it's just like all of us trying like look at it and then like if we see something like oh like we saw like a nasty reflection we'd like say like reset or whatever or if somebody like forgot a line but it was really funny because there wasn't much we could do like the actors I mean not to shade the crew did great like they lit everything great beforehand and we actually did have the Christmas tree that you see in it very briefly. We had the guy with the boom just like hiding like in the Christmas tree with the boom.
No.
So we had one crew hidden up there, but it was very different. It was like the most hands off. Let's just let the actors go at it. So it was a lot of fun. I think we did it 14 times, and again, it looks like one take. It's two takes. There's one cut in the entire film. There's just one cut where it just worked perfectly. Um,
Wait, can I guess?
yeah.
Okay, okay. I thought when you put the camera in the microwave and it spun around and then like it got dark and then the star of your film like pulled it out, maybe that was the cut or
I mean, you got it spot on. Yeah, yeah. That was like
really?
there were very few like completely black frames. Going into it, I thought because again, like he put the camera like in his mouth a couple times. I
Mhm.
thought maybe we'd have some wiggle room, like okay, like it's like completely black, but usually you can still see a little lip or a little chin.
Yeah.
But the microwave, exactly, like when the light turns off, the light actually turned off, so it's like it is just black and it's a fresh start. So there's one take I just happened to like the first half a little bit better. One of the early takes, I loved the first half. I forget if like a line got messed up or something got messed up in the second half, and then like the last take, second half, and then we put that together. Now that I'm thinking, actually, we cut twice because I forgot we cut there, but while shooting, we didn't. So how we shot the entire film. It was like a 10-minute one shot, but then not to spoil it, but when something crazy happened at the end, where maybe somebody breaks into the house, that we actually did break when he bites the camera.
Oh.
Um, yeah, I totally forgot. I totally forgot too. So technically, it's three takes, but again, the actors had to memorize a lot of lines.
Yeah, that's truly impressive, and it definitely added to the realism of the film. And talking about the actors, we need to talk about the star of your film, Ethan, who is also a
Mm.
part of your core cast on your film Remembrance. Can you talk about the audition process and how you casted both Ethan as Dick and Brian as Dustin?
So this isn't going to sound super professional, but we didn't audition for it. So Ethan you know how at the very beginning of this episode of this amazing podcast, I referenced that I had a friend whose uncle got us like on set. That was Ethan's uncle. So Ethan and I, we go way back. We mesh like that. And so you will not find a project he's not involved in that so far. Um, so again, like he was in Remembrance. He did audition for that because that was a little bit more like serious. But when I was writing the script for Snack Time, it was typecasted to a degree. Like I knew like Ethan's playing this character as I'm writing it, and then Brian, the other actor, I also was typecasting him. Like I'm typing it up to be not that they're actually like that in real life,
Mhm.
but it was
But
like
you're writing the
okay,
role
it's
for
gonna
them.
feel natural because sometimes it gets like that when you're hangry and there's a snack in the fridge and there's some crazy stuff happening on the news. Sometimes they butt heads a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, how did you meet Brian and Ethan? Like, was it through film school, through Kutztown?
No, so they actually go way before that. I've probably known them since I was like 8, actually. Like way back. I would have met them probably through the church I was attending, but then both of them also did the same theater group I did.
Okay.
Um, where they actually did a lot more. Like I didn't get involved in theater until like my junior year of high school, where they were like already doing it like growing up. So yeah, I mean, I've known them for like 17 years each. So,
Yeah, that's so nice to have people who are kind of doing the same thing as you, and you can just can both work together and help each other,
oh,
like in the
definitely.
industry. Yeah. You do make it into the film yourself as Larry, the man who witnessed the first murder. That scene of Dick and Dustin watching you on TV, describing it, definitely foreshadows the ending to Snack Time. What was it like to write this scene and then execute it on set?
So writing that scene, I wasn't sure I was gonna put myself in it at the beginning. Originally, we actually filmed that scene. Like, we actually filmed me getting interviewed, like, in the street, and we then actually filmed the newsroom with, like, green screen and everything. I just didn't love how it turned out. So the original plan was going to be when Ethan sits down with a snack, he actually like places it like away from him and we're facing the TV and we're watching the news and we don't see Brian and Ethan. So that was the original plan. I didn't love how it looked. So instead I was like, you know what? Keep it turned towards you guys instead. But I mean it was fun filming the street interview. I can't say I would never say I'm a good actor, but I have fun occasionally. If it's a comedic role, like co comedy, sign me up.
Yeah.
Cannot take myself seriously though, unfortunately.
So will we see you in future films, maybe?
You might. I'm not in medieval.
Okay.
The feature film that was like such like a. I mean, the biggest project we've ever done. Or yeah, but by far that's huge and that's going great. But I was like, I specifically did not want to make a director cameo in it.
Mhm.
But
Got it.
you will see me again. There's another student film that's actually showing in a couple theaters right now because it did really well called Spider Bros. Gonna throw a little pitch in for it. I am in that. I
Okay.
get beat up. I get covered in webs by the Spider Men in it, and you can catch that at the State Theater and another theater. I forget where. But
Okay. Good to
occasionally,
know.
very once in a while, maybe once a year, I'll act.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And yeah, that scene also was very funny. I was laughing out loud. Like, why did you go more of the comedic route than like the horrifying? Like, I feel like with horror shorts and horror movies nowadays, it's all scares and jump scares and like scary monsters. Like, why more comedic?
Hmm. I definitely prefer like the offbeat odd horror over than like the more Bloomhouse like jump scare horror. Um Also we made this right after Medieval and Medieval has like a couple jokes in there here and there. There's like some like funny moments, but that's not a horror comedy. That's like horror while like editing it, parts of it, I'm like, man, I don't feel good about this. Like this is a little violent and creepy and vile at places. So I kind of didn't want to do that again. And right before that was Remembrance, which was a really serious movie. So I really wanted to get back to what I personally think I am best at, like I've always been, is is doing like the more offbeat comedy. Is it self-aware? Is it not? Like making films like that. So I think that's like where my passion really lies. But I mean, I'd make any kind of movie. Like I'd make a rom-com right now and have an amazing time.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Like I'm like we're all like such young filmmakers right now, so like why not?
Mhm.
Yeah. So I also don't want to like I I would be remiss if I didn't mention the last scene, the final scene with the PA devil killing both Dick and Dustin. Spoiler alert to those listening. And you do this without a final battle scene. It's just uh Dick, Ethan as Dick, just totally eating his snack, and then boom, he's dead. And then all of a sudden, the camera shifts, and then it's Dustin and getting chopped, and it's just like,
Yeah.
oh no, like, the characters that we like went through this journey with are gone. And what was your creative vision behind that scene?
Um,
Like,
I
why
really wanted
choose?
it. Oh no, no, you go first.
Sorry, I was just gonna like add, like, why choose not to test the characters and not have a final battle scene? Like, why they're just all of a sudden gone?
So I'll be honest, that never even crossed my mind. I never even thought of like what if they had like a true struggle. I was just like kind of like wanted like the offbeat like shock value of like, oh, 1 minute see here, oh, there's just an axe in his head. Like I wanted to be kind of like cause like I want the entire movie to feel kind of just like funky. So it's like whoa, like he's just dead, and then Justin's walking in, he's like, oh, hey Dick, and then like oh God no, and then like just dead immediately. Um, because again, like I wanted it to be comedy horror, and I feel like that is a comedic way to end. It's just like, oh yeah, and they're gone, and then the camera starts moving by itself, and like it's supposed to look like the food's like walking a little bit, and then the PA devil, the Pennsylvania devil's like gobbling it up at the end. Which that was the plan from the beginning. I was like, it ends with a bite and then goes to black.
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, so what was it like shooting that scene? Because like you said that there was no cuts, so or was there a cut there and then
So
you
they're the cut right before. So Ethan's last bite, he takes a bite, and we kept shooting. Like he took quite a few bites, some of which got cut out. But we found like the one good bite we cut there because we needed to put a little blood on Easton's head, get get the devil actually like inside and in position where he can properly like fling the axe back like as if he just like hit him. And then like we reset, and then we just like had Easton put the entire camera like is in his mouth, and then like we like action. And then like he places it down and like falls down. And we only had to do that, I think, 3 times, I'm pretty sure. They got that down like really quickly. I mean, at that point we were filming for 2 hours or maybe even more than that. So people were like locked in and like, you know what?
yeah.
Maybe we want to go home tonight. We didn't start till pretty late because I wanted it to be like fully dark outside,
Right, right. Yeah, I did notice
yeah.
that it was nighttime. No, that was such a cool scene. I really enjoyed that. So then what was the biggest obstacle you had to overcome when creating this film? Was it in development, production,
Mm.
post-production?
So the biggest during production was the monitor that my director of photography and I were watching on kept glitching due to the fact that like whenever we would put the actors would put the camera like in the fridge or in the microwave, it definitely messed with the frequencies. So like we would just lose visuals a lot and then just like, well, we don't know if it's going good or bad. I mean, we can hear it, but we don't know if we saw something. So then it just made it take longer because then we would just kind of finish the take and then watch the take, and then we might notice like, oh man, like I don't like how that camera was placed. Like you chopped off one of the characters, or we saw the boom from the mysterious Christmas tree. So that was definitely the most difficult thing about production. Post production. even though like we filmed it really well, there was like there were two parts where you saw a little bit of reflection of like the camera. So I don't know how to mask. I'm like a rough cut editor. I like editing movie, like seeing what shot goes into each shot, but I don't color grade. I also don't really edit audio. Um, but I had an artist from Kutztown who actually is still going there. I think he's a senior now. Great guy who masked it for me. So that was the toughest thing, even though I didn't have to do it. So it wasn't like hard for me, but I had to get him the hard drive and he color graded it. He had to like darken it. It's a little dark, the movie, but part of that was deliberate to like hide the reflections in the glass, which you really can't see
Yeah,
now.
I agree. You can't see it, and also I think it does add to the horror element of the film
Hmm.
more. So I think that was a great creative choice. Uh, and it just like also proves that you need to like network because you never know like who can help you with
Hmm.
what. So that's really cool. What was your favorite part when making this film?
Oh man.
I know, tough question.
It's tricky just because like it was a 1 day shoot. It was all pretty much one shot at a time. I just loved I mean that's a cop out thing. I loved the entire thing. But really I loved working with a new camera. I never used that like weird 360 camera before. And I love just like letting the actors like go wild. It's funny, the so Ethan has been like he's continued acting forever. Like he does theater, he does film and he would like memorizing his lines for weeks. And then Brian did theater, and he's done a little bit of film, but he doesn't take it as seriously. And he showed up like day of, just didn't like he read the script maybe once, but like he and Ethan just like practiced for like an hour while we set up, and then like I mean he has like 40 lines, and he got them down. So that was like one of my favorite things to see because there was that brief moment where I was like. Brian, I really hope you know your lines. And then he's like, I will when we're shooting. And he did.
Yeah.
So,
No, yeah, he's so funny in it. That's
yeah.
so crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, what was your last question, but what was your favorite role? Like you directed it, you wrote
Hmm.
it, you were in the post-production room. Like what was your favorite?
Writing is probably my favorite thing to do.
Mhm.
Um, I write a lot. If anything, I write too much and then I try to limit myself, which isn't necessarily good. Like I like writing ideas down just because like realistically, like I have a ton of ideas like every year. You can only shoot so much a year. So writing is my favorite, definitely. Creating a story and dialogue specifically is my favorite part of writing. I love writing like that like offbeat comedic dialogue, arguing. Like that was my favorite part. But personally, I think what I'm probably best at um, is some kind of production, either like producer or first AD. Is again, I know I didn't first AD. Well, we didn't really have an AD, did we? I can't remember. But those are usually like the type of positions I look for on other people's films. Like I like apply to like AD jobs and like or producer jobs. I think I'm a good on-set presence of keeping things rolling and just like knowing how to do things on the fly. But writing is my favorite, and definitely for snack time.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, it was an amazing film. Is there anything else you want to tell the listeners? What to expect from you next? What you want to plug?
Yeah, well, I mean, as you said, Huzzah Entertainment is the name of the company. You can find us on social media. We have a website too, YouTube channel. Remembrance is actually public now. It finished its run, so if anybody wants to check it out. Medieval is the next project to be finished. It is still in editing because it's like a that is a long movie. It's taking a while, but we just like we're finishing the trailers this week actually. Saturday I'm getting it from the one editor, and I saw the not even rough cut, like it was almost done like 2 days ago. It blew my mind how good it looked. Like I was like, oh, he's gonna do a great job. He did a fantastic job. Like I cannot wait to show people, and we've been in talk with distributors already. So that's the next thing. But because it's really big even if we haven't done editing in, let's say, like before summertime, like everything's finished. We're not quite sure what we're doing with it yet. We might just try to sell it to a distributor instead of doing film festivals with that. But we'll see. And if anybody ever wants to work, the name's Aidan Mckee. It's right here in the thumbnail right there. Reach out to me. I'm always happy to help out.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Aiden, for joining Frames of the Future.
Thank you for having me. This was amazing.
Yeah, thank you. I'm entertainment journalist Ashley Kane. Thanks for watching.